In this tutorial, I'm going to show you my entire video editing process from start to finish using Adobe Premiere Pro. So I'm going to open Premiere Pro and also locate my video recording. I did a screen share video of a tutorial, so it's an MOV file. That's what I'll be editing today. So once I have Premiere Pro open, let's go to New Project. I like to grab the title of my file and use that as my video project title. So I'm just going to put that here. And also find this folder and put the video files inside that folder where I recorded the video. And click Create. I usually skip this import screen. I'll do the importing in my window here. This is the window that I have open for my editing. You can see at the bottom left it says Import Media. So I'm just going to simply go to my Finder window and drag that MOV file into my media. So you can see it's here. Now I'll drag it into my timeline. You can see on the top left that it's beginning to transcribe the audio here. I have my Premiere Pro set up to auto transcribe any video that I put into the timeline, and you can see a preview of this video up at the top. So once that's finished transcribing, I'm going to do a few sound effects before I start editing. So I'm going to click the video and first use Essential Sound, and you can find this up in Window, Essential Sound, if you don't see it. I always like to check the loudness of my tutorials. I use the same mic every time, but sometimes I'm a little bit closer or farther away. If you go down to loudness and click auto match, it will make sure all the audio levels are balanced. So from video to video on my YouTube channel, they all sound about the same loudness. Okay, next, I'm gonna do one more audio thing here. I'm gonna go over and find effects. And you can find effects up in Window, Effects here, and I often have a little bit of background static noise, and there's an audio effect that you can add to your clips to make that go away. So under audio effects, go down to noise reduction restoration, and it's called DeNoise. So if I click and drag DeNoise onto my video, you can see it now has an FX. That means an effect has been added. And now I need to go up to Effect Controls to make some tweaks to this effect. You can find effects controls under Window, Effects Controls. And if I scroll down, I can see that effect now in the effects controls. Here it is, denoise, click edit. And this is where you can control how much denoise it's actually doing. And just to do a before and after, I'm gonna go down to 0. Graph of a really cute dog into a vector graphic. So you can hear in the background, there's just a little bit of hissing noise. Just by adding a little bit of denoise here, it takes away all the static out of those blank spaces where I'm not talking. So anyway, now that I've set my denoise, let's close this window and let's get to editing. So I'm actually going to go back up here to my text. This is where the transcription happened. I use this transcription very heavily in my editing process. So it's got some great controls here. If you click this little funnel, for instance, you can automatically get rid of filler words and pauses. So I like to use this, especially because my face is not in these tutorials. It's very easy to just delete the pauses from this video, and it really speeds it up and makes it quicker. So I'm going to go down to pauses first, and it finds all the pauses. You can see there's 33 pauses in this video. So let's click delete and watch on my timeline down here too. Okay, it shortened my video big time. All those pauses are gone. And next thing I'm going to do is go back up to the filter and go to filler words and just see if it finds any filler words. So let's just click here and see what this filler word is. Around, okay, it says right there. So I am going to delete that filler word. You do have to be careful using these transcription editors because sometimes it can delete things you don't want it to, but you can always go back into your timeline and restore any audio that it deleted. Okay, click delete, delete all. So that filler word is now gone. So now I have a much shorter video to work with, and a lot of that work is done. I don't have to cut out a lot of this audio right here. Okay, so the next step is I would simply go through the whole video, just listening to it, and I'm gonna make some additional cuts. If there's any other pauses or anything I repeated or anything like that, I want to get rid of that now. And this slider at the bottom is really great. It allows you to see all of the video, so all of your clips at once, or you can really dial in and see individual clips and all the audio here. And you can also make these bigger, so if you need to see this audio a little bit larger, you can click and drag to expand and make this larger. You also want to save often, so Command S, just to make sure you're saving throughout the video. Now I found a section of my video I want to cut. So I use keyboard shortcuts heavily. If I want to cut part of my video, you can see these little controls right here on my screen. This right here, this razor tool, you can use the C key to change your cursor to cut a video. So I'm just gonna hit C, and I wanna delete this part right here. So I click into my video, and then to go back to my selection tool, you hit V, as in Vicky. And if you wanna delete a section, you just click it and hit the delete key. I also like to delete additional pauses from the video. So you can see there's no talking right here, and it just sounded like a 2-second pause. And for some reason, the pauses filter did not delete this. So it doesn't always get everything. So you have to manually go through and check that. You can see when I have my transcription up as well, you could also use this transcription window to edit your video. So if you see a phrase in here that's repeated, you would just select it and delete it. And it's going to select and delete it from your timeline as well. So that's a really cool editing mechanism. If you don't feel really comfortable in this window, you could do a lot of your editing from the transcription window. And a quick editing tip that will make editing go faster is you can try to keep your timeline pretty condensed and try your best to just listen to the video and edit as you're going along. So for instance, let me show you what I mean. You may want to come in here and actually adjust some of the points in my vector. But since there's so many here, I think the starting and stopping is where it just adds a ton of time to editing. So if you can reduce the amount of starts and stops that you have to do when editing, it's going to speed up your workflow a lot. So one of the last steps I do in my videos, I have a couple graphics that I put at the end of my videos. Here's an end screen. So it's just a JPEG. And I'm simply going to click and drag it into my timeline. And I put it on top of my video because I want it to appear and cover up the video at the end. So that means I need to go check the size of my video. So let's go up to sequence settings, and you can see that size right here. So currently it's 3,584 by 2,240 pixels. So I actually want to change this to be 4K. That does mean I'm going to upsize this just a little bit. So I'm going to put in 4K pixel dimensions, which is 3840 by 2160. Click OK. You can see when I did that, it actually cuts off part of my video too. And we definitely don't want that. So I'm going to select everything in my timeline by going to Command All. You can also just click and drag to select everything. Right click and say, go to scale to frame size. That's going to resize everything in my timeline so it fits in this new size. So you can see this graphic now fits and my tutorial video fits well. Okay, let's save it one more time. Okay, so this video, I believe it's finished editing. Obviously we have some gaps in our timeline, so we have to get rid of these. I can manually click into each one and hit delete, or I can go up to sequence, close gap, and it will close all the gaps for you at once. So usually before I export, I go back through and listen to the video one more time just to make sure it's ready. So to export this video, go to File, Export, Media. You want to rename your file if needed, and also choose the folder that you're going to save this in. So I'm gonna go choose a different folder, click Save. I don't really change anything else in these settings. I just wanna now go down to the bottom right and click Export. So this can take a little bit of time depending on how long your video is. So after my video is finished exporting, I also want to grab the transcript from this video. And you can do that very easily from this transcript window. So I go up to the 3 dots in the transcript window, go to Export, Export to Text File. I can rename it if I need to and click Save. And so now in this folder, I can see I have my finished video. And it's always a good idea to rewatch your video. You may find things that you missed in the editing process, need to fix and re-edit. And then here is my transcript. I put it into ChatGPT to get it ready for YouTube. So that's my full editing process in Adobe Premiere Pro. If you like this tutorial, hit the thumbs up and leave a comment below, and subscribe to Cry Studio for more graphic design and Adobe tutorials. Thanks so much.